Hello everyone, hope you all are doing amazing and geared up to learn a new gig today. Myself Rahul from Ayub Creations, and today we are going to understand how to make this animation in After Effects. We did this product video last year and thought this will help you too. This animation concept is perfect if you are making product slideshows, photo slideshows, social media ads, or for sending wishes to your friends, colleagues or family members' birthday. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, do it now. Keep sharing and help learning. So I am going to head straight into After Effects. Let's begin by creating a HD composition at a frame rate of 29.97 and 40 seconds duration. Rename this to slide 1. Okay. Now if you see that the images are rolling in the circular manner. Okay. So for that we need to create a circular shape. Before beginning with the circular shape, let's create a white solid as a background. Let's create a circle. Okay, it needs to be a perfect circle, not an ellipse. Okay, so now this circle has to be so big so that there is enough offset for the images, the square images, to travel in between. So we are going to increase the size of this circle to 3650. Let's make this a 3D layer. We are going to rotate in X direction. We are going to make it flat. In the to view section, we'll see that in the top, we see the circle is flat, and whatever images that we are going to put will be spread across the circumference of this circle. Now let's create image compositions. For this horizontal circle, we need to create square compositions of images. Let's create first composition, slide 1, image 1. Let's make this 1000 by 1000 pixels at the same frame rate with the same duration. Alright, now I'm going to create a background, white color. I'm going to add a mask, duplicate the same mask and reduce the size of this a bit. Take a little up. So this will be like a border to the image. If we put any image, the image is going to be behind white solid. Let's write a text. Happy birthday. Let's align it to the center. So I'm going to duplicate it almost. Okay, so we need total 8 compositions. Why? Because we are going to spread these 8 images along the circumference. Okay, so you can take any images, any count you want, but preferably it is best if you have 8 images. Okay, to spread so that you have enough spacing in between the squares. Okay, let's go inside this composition. We are going to import all of these compositions, different square compositions for the images, into the HD composition. Let's bring all of them here. Let's make each of them 3D. All right, let's go to the front. Let's go to the top only. We have to spread these individual compositions along the circumference of this circle. So for example, you can do this manually as well. Let's put it here. Let's bring this composition to this side. Okay, all right, let's bring this here. Okay, I don't know what is this. Okay, and now let's bring this here. But you know, if you see that it's too tedious to adjust, place these compositions along the circumference, because until and unless we select the shape, it is not possible for us to place the square compositions perfectly on the circumference of the circle, by using which we can, so there is a way by which we can simplify this process. Let's do Ctrl Z. We are going to bring all of these comps, the square compositions, right in front of this shape. Okay, let's zoom in. And if you guys don't know how I'm working on this two compositions, here there is a one view button. Okay, if you click on it, you will see two views in horizontal layout. So if you click on that, you will see one is the active camera and the other side you will see top. So here on this section you can switch between different layouts, like front layout, left, top, back, right, bottom, etc. So that is how I'm going to work, because this is the easiest way to organize the images. I'm going to use the shape to place square compositions on its circumference. Let's understand how to do it. Let's say at 0 frame we have the image 1 right in front of the camera. Then image 2 is going to be placed at certain distance on the circumference. Let's link all the compositions, all the square compositions to the circle shape except the composition 1, because we want the image 1 right in front of the circle shape. After linking, what is going to happen is, if I rotate my circle shape, the square compositions are going to rotate along with it, and that is how we are going to place these square compositions at certain distance on the circumference. Let's see how to do that. Now let's select the circle shape, and in Z axis let's rotate it by 50 degrees. We see that there is an offset created between the image comp 1 and all the others. Okay, now since we have got the position for image 2 and we want to move image comp 3 to image comp 8 further, we are going to unlink the image 2 from the shape layer. Okay, because we don't want the image 2 to move further or rotate further from here. From here, let's rotate the circle shape further to, let's say, 90 degrees and unlink the image comp 3. Let's rotate further. Let's make it 130 degrees. Unlink the next composition. Perfect. Let's rotate it to 180 degrees. Unlink the composition 5. Let's make another rotation. Unlink. Let's do another rotation here. Unlink the image. Perfect. So let's unlink the image number 8. So if you see that all our image comps are placed right along the circle circumference, but now we are not able to see them in our composition view here. Okay, so for that we need to create a camera. Let's go into two views again, create a camera, and let's create a null which is going to control the camera. So let's rename this to cam control and link the camera to the null. The cam control 3D. You can move the null so that your camera can be moved. I think I'm gonna turn off the background so that we see where are our compositions. If you go and see our reference, what is happening here is all the images are facing towards the camera. To fix that, what we need to make is select square compositions, transform, auto orient, select orient towards camera and click OK. All the images have started facing towards the camera, but still we see there is some rotation. If you see that even after doing the auto orient, they are not facing towards the camera. The reason is we have linked them before to the shape layer and rotated them and then unlinked it. So after unlinking, because of the rotation, there is some value inside their orientation, so that we need to make 0. Okay, so let's make this 0. Let's go and do the rotation value 0 for each one. All the square compositions have started facing towards the camera. Now we are going to link them to so that they actually rotate along with the shape. Okay, so when we animate the shape layer in circular manner, we give the rotation animation, the square compositions or the images are going to move along with the circle. Okay, like this. See, at 3 seconds, let's add a key to Z rotation. Go to 7 seconds, make the rotation to 50 degrees. And along with the shape, all our square comps are rotating. Similarly, we are going to add further keys to the rotation. Now it starts rotating. It goes, all the images are visible one by one, one by one. We have completed our first set of animation. We need to add a little bit of easy ease to these keyframes. Go to graph editor, select all the keys here and adjust the curve a little bit. Okay, this is our speed graph. We have kept out fast and entry slow. Let's see how it looks now. Sweet. See, it's looking very smooth. The next animation that we need to do here is, so it goes down and then it goes up. Add a Y rotation animation. Okay, so the shape does this. Look at the circle shape, how it's moving up and down motion. Okay, so it needs to oscillate up and down. So for that, let's add a key here. Let's make the first key to minus 20. Okay, the next key should be 20. Okay, minus 20, 20. Okay, just repeat the keys so that the circle shape will keep oscillating up and down. 20, minus 20 and 20. Again, last key, minus 20. Let's add eases to it. Let's make the exit fast and entry slow. Okay, let's see how it looks now. Let's move the camera a little far. Okay, great. And what we are going to do is we are going to turn on the depth of field of the camera so that we can keep the foreground compositions in the focus and background compositions in the defocus to show the depth. Let's adjust the aperture and focal distance. For me, this is working fine. Okay, so we have completed with the first set of animation. See, great guys. So I hope you have understood this much part now. So after adding the images in the square compositions, we see this. Nice guys. Now let's move on to the another part of this tutorial. We have to do the vertical animation of the slide of these compositions. Okay, so it's very easy, similar to the first one. We just have to do, instead of square compositions, we need horizontal images. Okay, so that we don't see the empty space around the compositions. Let's go into compositions and duplicate slide 1. Double click on slide comp 2. We need to change few things here. We need to duplicate these square compositions to make them horizontal. So guys, always remember not to duplicate any composition from here. Let's say if I duplicate this and go inside and make the changes to resize the comp, okay, and adjust this. All right, so what it is going to do is, see what has happened. What has happened is it did change here, but it has also changed the composition in slide 1 too. For that, what we need to do is we have to duplicate the compositions in the project, not inside the comp. Okay, so what we are going to do is we're going to delete this again. Okay, and let's duplicate the 8 compositions here in the project, so that what the changes that we make in these comps should not affect the square compositions in the slide 1. We are going to rename this composition to slide number 2. Okay, 08. Okay, then rename this to slide 2 07. Alright guys, so we have got the composition renamed. After renaming, we need to replace each of these slide 1 compositions with slide 2 composition. We need to select the composition slide 1 image 1, press alt and select the compositions that we need to replace it with and drag it over. You can release the alt. Similarly, you can do with other. Go inside slide 2 image 1, increase the width to 2000. At the same time, increase the width of the white solid as well to match the comp. Correct? Adjust the image at the same time so that you don't need to come back and readjust the image. So I'm going to follow the same process in each of the comp in slide 2. So guys, I have adjusted the composition sizes. The motion is vertical here. See. Alright. So to do the vertical motion, we need to rotate our circle shape in the orientation to 70. Alright. So guys, now if you see, just by changing the orientation, we have started getting that animation. But now here, if you see that photographs are very close, we are going to adjust the camera here again. Let's go to 2 view and move the camera a little further away. So if you see again, after adjusting the camera, we need to adjust the aperture as well, because if you see, the foreground frame is in blur. Okay, so let's adjust the aperture to make it more sharp. We have adjusted our camera aperture and focal distance to make the foreground frames more sharp and the background frames little blurry. So let's see how it looks now. Nice. So I hope you guys have understood this concept. You can use this type of animation in your photo slideshows, your product videos, your social media ads, or anything related to wishes or any WhatsApp videos. Whatever you want to do, you can definitely use this type of animation in your projects. So I stop here, and I'm gonna see you next week with a different concept. Till then, bye bye.